Tonight, perhaps your home feels quieter than you ever imagined it would. Perhaps the television has been turned off, the dishes have been put away, the lights are dim, and all that remains is the sound of your own breathing. Maybe no one checked on you today. Maybe your phone stayed silent. Maybe there was a moment when you wished someone would simply ask, "How are you really doing?" Perhaps you smiled through the day. You completed your routines. You carried on as you always do. Strong, capable, independent, yet deep inside, there is a tenderness that few people ever see. A longing, a quiet ache, a desire not to feel forgotten. You may miss hearing your name spoken with affection. You may miss sharing small moments with someone sitting beside you. You may miss laughter filling the rooms that now seem larger than they once were. Perhaps there is an empty chair nearby, a familiar voice you still expect to hear, a hand you once held, a season of life you never imagined would end. And when night arrives, loneliness often feels heavier. The silence grows louder, memories become clearer, questions appear. Will tomorrow always feel like this? Will someone remember me? Will these quiet nights ever become easier? If these thoughts have visited your heart tonight, I want you to know something very gently. You are not weak, you are not forgotten, and you are certainly not alone. God understands what nobody else sees. He sees the brave smile you offer others. He sees the tears that never leave your eyes. He sees the moments when your heart longs for companionship. He sees the nights when sleep feels far away because your soul simply wants someone to stay. And tonight, God is staying closer than your next breath, closer than the worries that have followed you into this evening, closer than the memories that still make your heart ache. He has never stepped away, not during the joyful seasons, not during the painful ones, not during the years when life changed in ways you never expected. He remains beside you now, quietly, tenderly, lovingly. Take a slow breath. And another. Let your shoulders relax. You do not have to be strong tonight. You do not have to carry loneliness by yourself. You do not have to fill every empty space. For tonight, heaven sits beside you. Tonight, you are loved. Tonight, you are remembered. Tonight, you are safe. And before sleep comes, you can gently place your lonely heart into God's loving hands. Rest now. God is near tonight, and He is not going anywhere. There is something deeply painful about feeling alone in a world that seems so busy. People move through their days. Phones ring, families gather, conversation continue. And yet sometimes, your own world can feel very quiet. Perhaps you understand that feeling more than you wish you did. Perhaps there was a time when life felt full. A home filled with voices, meals shared around a table, someone waiting for you at the end of the day, someone who knew your habits, someone who noticed when you seemed tired, someone who spoke your name with warmth and familiarity. And now, things are different. Perhaps you are living through widowhood. Perhaps divorce changed the course of your life in ways you never expected. Perhaps children grew older, became busy, moved away, and call less often than they once did. Perhaps you sometimes wonder if anyone truly understands how much your heart still carries. But God understands. He understands loss. He understands sorrow. He understands waiting. He understands what it feels like to be misunderstood, to feel abandoned, to feel overlooked. Even Jesus experienced moments of deep loneliness. He knew betrayal. He knew rejection. He knew what it felt like when people walked away. He knew what it was like to carry sorrow that others could not fully comprehend. And because He knows loneliness, He understands yours. Nothing about your pain surprises Him. Nothing about your tears makes Him uncomfortable. Nothing about your longing for companionship makes you weak. It simply means you were created for love, created for connection, created to be known, created to be cherished. And tonight, God wants you to know that He still delights in your presence. He still knows your name. He still sees the person you are beneath the worries, beneath the disappointments, beneath the years that have passed. He remembers every prayer you whispered into the darkness, every sigh, every sleepless night, every quiet conversation you had with Him when no one else was there. God sees every hidden tear. He understands what nobody else sees. He knows the moments when loneliness feels almost too heavy. The moments when you sit quietly and wish someone would simply stay. And tonight, he is staying. He is sitting beside your weary heart, not with judgment, not with disappointment, but with compassion, with tenderness, with a love that does not leave, a love that does not forget, a love that does not fade with time. Take a slow breath. Feel the gentleness of his presence. Allow yourself to believe, even if only for this moment, that you do not have to earn his love. You already have it. You are already seen, already remembered, already deeply cherished. And perhaps, little by little, your heart can begin to rest in this beautiful truth. You are not strange for feeling lonely. You are not weak for longing to be loved. You are simply human, and God understands you completely. Tonight, you are not alone. Tonight, heaven remains close. Tonight, God is holding your heart with perfect care. There are burdens that many hearts carry quietly, burdens hidden beneath polite smiles, beneath simple answers, beneath the words, "I'm doing fine." Because sometimes it feels easier to say those words than to explain what is truly happening inside. Perhaps you have been carrying those hidden burdens for a very long time. Perhaps there are fears that visit you when the world becomes quiet, fears that rarely leave your thoughts completely. The fear of growing older alone, the fear of becoming dependent on others, the fear of losing your independence after spending so many years taking care of yourself and those you love. Perhaps there are worries about finances. Retirement may not have looked the way you imagined it would. Maybe you expected these years to feel lighter, more peaceful, more joyful, yet instead, there are unexpected expenses, medical bills, concerns about savings, questions about the future, questions that seem to arrive every night just as you are trying to rest. Perhaps your body feels different now. Perhaps there are aches that linger longer than they used to. Appointments you wish you didn't have to attend. Conversations with doctors that remain in your thoughts. Moments when you wonder what the years ahead will hold. And perhaps beneath all those concerns is another ache. A kvieta ache, the ache of feeling forgotten. Maybe your children love you deeply. But life has become busy. Days become weeks. Weeks become months. Phone calls become less frequent. Visits become rare. And while you understand their responsibilities, your heart still longs for connection. You still miss hearing someone say, "I was thinking about you." You still miss feeling chosen, remembered, included. Perhaps there are people you miss tonight. A husband, a wife, a dear friend, a parent, someone who once made the house feel alive. Someone whose laughter still echoes in your memories. Someone whose absence changed everything. Maybe there is an empty chair nearby, a favorite photograph, a treasured keepsake, memories that still bring tears when no one is watching. And perhaps you have become so accustomed to carrying these feelings alone that you no longer remember what it feels like to set them down. You have been strong for a long time. You have endured losses. You have adapted to changes. You have survived difficult seasons. But even strong hearts become weary. Even faithful hearts need comfort. Even courageous hearts need someone to say, "You do not have to carry this by yourself anymore." And tonight, God is saying exactly that. He never intended for your heart to hold every burden alone. He never asked you to pretend that pain does not exist. He never expected you to hide your tears. He welcomes them. He understands them. He treasures every honest prayer, even the prayers spoken through exhaustion, even the prayers that consist of only a whisper, even the prayers that simply say, "Lord, I need you." Take a slow breath and let it out gently. You have carried enough for today. You have worried enough for today. You have tried hard enough for today. Tonight is not for striving. Tonight is for release. Tonight is for comfort. Tonight is for healing. And tonight, your lonely heart can finally begin to rest, because God sees every hidden tear. God understands what nobody else sees, and He has never forgotten you. And perhaps, after carrying so much for so long, your heart needs something steady to hold on to tonight, something stronger than fear, something gentler than anxiety, something that remains true even when life changes. God has always known there would be nights like this, nights when the silence feels heavy, nights when memories seem closer than sleep, nights when loneliness whispers that you have been forgotten. But loneliness may be real, and grief may be real. Yet abandonment is not your story, because God has never stepped away from you. Not once, not in the happiest seasons of your life, not in the painful chapters, not in the moments when you felt unseen, not in the nights when tears quietly rested on your pillow. He has remained near, faithful, present, loving, and His promises still speak comfort into weary hearts. Even tonight, perhaps you need to hear these words slowly, as though heaven itself were whispering them into your soul. I will never leave you nor forsake you. Never. Not when the house feels empty, not when the phone does not ring, not when grief returns unexpectedly, not when fear tries to settle into your heart. Never. God remains, and Jesus lovingly says, "Come to me, all who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest." Rest, not pressure, not performance, not the expectation that you must carry every concern by yourself. Just rest, holy rest, the kind of rest that reaches places deep inside your heart, the kind of rest that reminds you that you are being cared for, watched over, protected. There is another promise that feels especially precious tonight. Do not fear, for I am with you. Those words were written for nights exactly like this, for moments when uncertainty feels overwhelming, for seasons when companionship feels distant, for hearts that wonder if anyone truly notices what they are carrying. God notices. He always notices. He sees every hidden tear. He hears every silent prayer. He knows every longing you have never spoken aloud. And His peace is not reserved for those who never struggle. It is offered to tired hearts, lonely hearts, grieving hearts, anxious hearts. He offers peace freely, like a loving father pulling a blanket over a weary child, like gentle light filling a dark room, like someone sitting beside you and saying, "You do not have to be afraid anymore." Psalm 23 reminds us, "The Lord is my shepherd," which means you are not wandering through life alone. You are being guided, even when you cannot see the path ahead. You are being protected, even when the future feels uncertain. You are being loved, even when loneliness tells you otherwise. Take a slow breath. Let these promises settle softly inside your heart. You do not have to force yourself to feel peace. You only need to allow yourself to receive it. Little by little, breath by breath, moment by moment, because God's presence fills every quiet room. His love reaches every lonely place. And tonight, heaven has come near. You are remembered. You are cherished. You are deeply loved. And perhaps now, your heart is ready to speak honestly with Him, not as someone trying to be strong, but simply as someone longing to rest. Father, tonight, I come before you with a heart that feels tired, not only physically tired, but emotionally tired, mentally tired, spiritually tired. There have been so many thoughts to carry, so many worries that seem to return when everything becomes quiet. And sometimes it feels as though my mind never truly rests. Thoughts about tomorrow, thoughts about finances, thoughts about health, thoughts about family, thoughts about things I cannot control. Questions that seem to appear as soon as I close my eyes. What will happen next? Will I have enough? Will I be okay? Will those I love be safe? Will I have the strength I need for whatever lies ahead? Lord, you already know these fears. You know every anxious thought before I even speak it. You know how heavy uncertainty can feel. You know the burden of carrying responsibilities for so many years. You know the weariness that comes from trying to hold everything together. And tonight, Father, I no longer want to carry it alone. I surrender every anxious thought to you, every fear, every worry, every concern about the future, every burden I have been holding inside my heart. I place them gently into your hands, because your hands are stronger than my fears. Your wisdom is greater than my understanding. Your peace is deeper than my anxiety. Father, calm my racing mind tonight. Slow the thoughts that refuse to settle. Quiet the worries that continue circling inside me. Bring peace to places that have become filled with tension. Bring comfort to places where fear has lived for too long. Help me remember that tomorrow already belongs to you. You are already there. You already know what I cannot see. You already understand what I do not yet understand, and because you are there, I do not have to fear what is coming. Teach my heart to trust you tonight. Teach me to release the need to predict every outcome. Teach me to let go of the pressure to solve every problem. Teach me to rest, to truly rest, not just with my body, but with my soul. Father, cover me with your peace, like warm light surrounding me, like gentle arms holding me close, like a loving presence sitting beside me in this quiet room. Let your peace fill every corner of this home, every empty place, every worried place, every fearful place. Let your presence become greater than my anxiety, greater than my uncertainty, greater than the questions that remain unanswered. Take a slow breath, and another. Let your shoulders relax. You have done enough for today. You have worried enough for today. You do not have to carry tomorrow tonight. You do not have to prepare for every possibility. You do not have to keep holding everything together. God is holding you. God sees every hidden tear. God understands what nobody else sees. God is near tonight, and even now, His peace is beginning to settle over your heart, quietly, tenderly, lovingly. You are safe. You are loved. You are remembered. And tonight, you can rest knowing that your future is securely held in God's faithful hands. Father, there are moments when loneliness feels heavier than words can describe, especially at night, when the world grows quiet, when the distractions fade away, when the sounds of the day disappear, and all that remains is silence. Sometimes that silence feels peaceful, but sometimes it feels painfully empty. Perhaps there was a time when evenings looked very different, a time when someone sat across from you at the dinner table, a time when laughter filled these rooms, a time when conversations stretched into the night, a time when someone asked about your day, someone who knew your routines, someone who noticed the little things, someone who simply stayed. And now, perhaps the house feels different. The rooms seem larger, the evenings longer, the silence deeper. Perhaps there is an empty chair that still catches your attention. Perhaps there are photographs that remind you of seasons you wish had lasted longer. Perhaps there are memories that visit unexpectedly. Memories of birthdays, family gatherings, road trips, holiday traditions. Simple moments that once felt ordinary but now feel precious. And sometimes, Lord, loneliness whispers difficult things. It whispers that we are forgotten, that we no longer matter, that no one notices, that no one remembers. But tonight, Father, remind us that loneliness does not tell the truth, because heaven has never forgotten us. You have never forgotten us. You know our names. You know our stories. You know every chapter we have lived. You remember the joyful seasons. You remember the painful seasons. You remember every prayer, every tear, every disappointment, every hope, and you remain present through them all. Father, sit beside me tonight. Stay near me. Let me feel your presence in a way that quiets my heart. Fill the empty spaces with your love. Fill the silent places with your peace. Fill the lonely places with your companionship. Remind me that even if I sleep alone tonight, I am not alone. Even if no one called today, heaven still knows my name. Even if people have become distant, your love remains close. Even if the world feels quiet, your voice still speaks comfort. You are here. You are near. You are faithful. And you delight in staying with weary hearts. Lord, heal the ache of feeling forgotten. Heal the longing to feel chosen. Heal the sadness that comes from missing people we deeply love. Heal the grief that still lingers. Heal the loneliness that has quietly settled into places within us. Wrap your presence around me tonight, like a warm blanket over a tired soul, like gentle light in a dark room, like a loving father who refuses to leave his child alone. Take a slow breath. Allow your heart to soften. Allow yourself to receive this truth. You are remembered. You are cherished. You are deeply loved. God sees every hidden tear. God understands what nobody else sees. And tonight, heaven remains close. You may sleep alone tonight, but you are not alone. God is staying beside you, and His presence will remain with you until morning comes. Father, there are wounds within us that few people ever notice. Wounds that do not appear on a doctor's report. wounds that cannot be measured or examined, wounds carried quietly for years, the pain of losing someone deeply loved, the ache of disappointment, the sadness that comes from dreams that unfolded differently than we expected, the exhaustion that settles into the heart after carrying responsibilities for so long. Perhaps there are parts of your heart that still feel broken tonight, places touched by grief, places shaped by loneliness, places that have grown tired from hoping, waiting, and enduring. Perhaps there are memories that still bring tears, words that were never spoken, conversations you wish you could have one more time, moments you wish you could relive, moments you wish had ended differently. And perhaps there are old wounds that have quietly remained beneath the surface, wounds caused by rejection, by abandonment, by feeling overlooked, by feeling as though life moved on while your heart was still trying to catch up. Father, you know every one of those places. You know the hidden sadness. You know the disappointments we rarely discuss. You know the burdens that have lived inside us for years. Nothing is concealed from you. Nothing is beyond your compassion. Nothing is beyond your healing touch. Tonight, Lord, you heal what no doctor can touch. Heal the places where loneliness has taken root. Heal the parts of the heart that still feel fragile. Heal the disappointment that lingers after unanswered prayers. Heal the grief that still visits unexpectedly. Heal the fear that tomorrow may hold more loss. Heal the weariness that has settled deeply within the soul. Father, mend what years have broken. Restore what sorrow has stolen. Renew joy in places that have forgotten how to rejoice. Bring life to weary spirits. Bring hope to discouraged hearts. Bring comfort where tears have lived. And remind me that healing is often gentle, quiet, patient, like sunlight slowly entering a room at dawn, like soft rain nourishing dry ground, like a loving hand resting upon a weary shoulder. Healing does not always happen all at once. Sometimes it comes breath by breath, prayer by prayer, night by night. And perhaps tonight is part of that healing. Perhaps tonight your heart is becoming lighter. Perhaps tonight your spirit is remembering that it is safe. Safe to grieve. Safe to hope. Safe to rest. Safe to be loved. Take a slow breath. Allow your body to relax a little more. Allow the tension to leave your shoulders. Allow your mind to become quieter. God is caring for you. God is holding you. God is restoring you. Even now, even in this quiet hour, even in places inside you that nobody else knows about. You are not forgotten. You are not abandoned. You are deeply cherished. And God is gently renewing your soul tonight. Rest now. Let healing come softly. Let peace settle deeply. Let love surround every wounded place within you. For tonight, heaven is close, and the God who created your heart is lovingly caring for it. And perhaps tonight, after carrying so much for so many years, your heart is ready to rest in a different way, not by pretending everything is fine, not by convincing yourself that you can handle it all alone, but by allowing yourself to release what has become too heavy to keep holding for so long. You have carried responsibilities. You have carried expectations. You have carried memories. You have carried losses. You have carried concerns about people you love. You have carried fears about the future. And perhaps you have become so accustomed to carrying these burdens that you no longer remember what it feels like to set them down. But tonight, God gently invites you to let go, not because your worries do not matter, but because they matter deeply to Him. Imagine, for a moment, placing every burden into His loving hands, slowly, without rushing, without pressure, just one burden at a time. Place your loneliness into His hands, the ache of missing companionship, the longing to hear your name spoken with affection, the sadness that sometimes fills quiet evenings. Place it into His care. Give Him the grief you still carry, the people you miss, the seasons of life that ended too soon, the memories that still bring tears, the empty spaces that remain. Give Him the worries about your family, the relationships that feel distant, the conversations you wish would happen, the calls you wish would come, the disappointments you have never spoken aloud. Place them gently into His hands. Give Him your fears about growing older, your concerns about health, your concerns about finances, your questions about tomorrow, your uncertainty about what lies ahead. Give Him the regrets, the mistakes, the words you wish you had said, the opportunities you wish you had taken, The moments you still revisit in your mind. You do not have to keep carrying them. You were never meant to carry this alone. God is strong enough to hold what feels impossible for you, faithful enough to care for what concerns you, tender enough to understand what hurts, loving enough to remain with you through every season. Take a slow breath, and as you exhale, imagine your shoulders becoming lighter. Imagine tension leaving your body. Imagine your heart slowly releasing its grip. You do not need to solve everything tonight. You do not need to control tomorrow. You do not need to prepare for every possibility. God already stands in tomorrow. He already knows what awaits, and He promises that His grace will meet you there. Tonight is not for striving. Tonight is not for carrying. Tonight is for surrender. Tonight is for peace. Tonight is for allowing yourself to be cared for. God sees every hidden tear. God understands what nobody else sees. God has not forgotten you. And even now, His loving hands are holding every burden you have released. Rest now. Breathe deeply. You are safe. You are loved. You are remembered. And for the first time in a long while, perhaps your heart can simply rest in the beautiful truth that you do not have to carry life alone anymore. And now, as this quiet night grows softer around you, there is nothing left you need to do, nothing left to accomplish, nothing left to prove, nothing left to carry. This moment is simply for resting, for breathing, for allowing peace to settle gently over your heart. Take a slow breath, hold it for a moment, and slowly let it go. Feel your body becoming heavier against the bed. Feel your breathing becoming calmer. Feel your thoughts beginning to slow. You have done enough for today. You have carried enough for today. You have worried enough for today. Now it is time to rest. And as you rest, allow these gentle truths to become part of your heart. You are loved, deeply loved, completely loved. You are safe tonight. God is watching over you. You are remembered. You are cherished. You are not forgotten. You are not abandoned. God remains beside you. God knows your name. God understands what nobody else sees. God sees every hidden tear. You do not have to carry loneliness anymore. You do not have to carry fear anymore. You do not have to carry tomorrow tonight. Tomorrow belongs to God. Your future belongs to God. Your heart belongs to God. And His hands are trustworthy. His presence is steady. His love never changes. Take another slow breath. Let your shoulders relax completely. Let your jaw soften. Allow your hands to rest. Allow your mind to become quiet. You are protected. You are held. You are cared for. Even now, even in this silent room, even in this late hour, heaven is near. God stays with you. God remains faithful. God remains present. God remains loving. Repeat these words quietly within your heart. I am loved. I am safe. I am remembered. I am cherished. I am not abandoned. I am not forgotten. God stays with me. God watches over me. God protects me. God comforts me. God knows my heart. God understands my tears. I release fear. I release loneliness. I release worry. I release regret. I release control. I choose peace. I choose trust. I choose rest. I receive God's love. I receive God's comfort. I receive God's peace. My heart is becoming lighter. My breathing is becoming slower. My mind is becoming quieter. I do not face tomorrow alone. I do not sleep alone. Heaven remains close. God remains near. Take one more slow breath. Feel the gentleness of this moment. Feel the safety of being held in divine love. Feel the comfort of knowing that someone sees you completely. Someone remembers you completely. Someone loves you completely. And that someone is God. Rest now. There is nothing left to strive for tonight. Nothing left to fear. Nothing left to hold tightly. Simply rest. Simply breathe. Simply receive. For tonight, you are safe. Tonight, you are loved. Tonight, you are remembered. And tonight, God is keeping watch over you as you drift gently toward peaceful sleep. And now, dear heart, the night has become quiet once again. The worries that followed you into this evening do not need to follow you into sleep. The loneliness that once felt so heavy does not need to remain upon your shoulders. The questions that still have no answers can wait until another day. For this moment is different. This moment belongs to peace. This moment belongs to rest. This moment belongs to God. You have carried many things throughout your life. Responsibilities, heartbreaks, changes you never expected, goodbyes you never wanted to say. You have loved deeply. You have given generously. You have endured seasons that required more strength than anyone ever knew. And through every season, God remained with you, even when you could not feel Him, even when grief clouded your vision, even when loneliness whispered that you had been forgotten. He was there, quietly, faithfully, patiently, watching over you, walking beside you, holding you through moments when you thought you could not continue. And tonight, He is still here, closer than your next breath, closer than the memories that make your heart ache, closer than the silence around you, closer than fear, closer than sorrow, closer than uncertainty. God is here. Take a slow breath. Feel the gentleness of His presence. Feel the calm that is settling over your heart. Feel the safety that comes from knowing you do not have to walk through life alone. Perhaps your home feels quiet tonight, but heaven is not far away. The love of God fills every room. His peace surrounds every weary soul. His presence reaches every lonely place. And as you prepare to sleep, imagine His loving care resting upon your home. Imagine His peace surrounding your bed. Imagine His light gently covering every corner of this room. No fear, no striving, no pressure, only peace, only comfort, only the quiet assurance that you are deeply loved. Perhaps angels stand watch through the night. Perhaps heaven itself is leaning close, not because you have earned it, but because you are precious to God, because you matter to Him, because your story matters, because your heart matters, because you have always mattered. You are seen, you are remembered, you are cherished, you are held in God's loving hands, and nothing can separate you from His love, not distance, not loss, not aging, not loneliness, not unanswered questions, nothing. His love remains, His presence remains, His faithfulness remains. So let your breathing become slower now. Let your thoughts become quieter. Let your eyes become heavy. Allow your body to rest. Allow your soul to rest. Allow yourself to receive the gift of peace. You do not need to be afraid. You do not need to hold everything together. You do not need to carry tomorrow tonight. Tomorrow belongs to God, and He will meet you there with mercy, with grace, with strength, with love. For now, simply rest. Sleep peacefully tonight. Sleep knowing that you are loved. Sleep knowing that you are remembered. Sleep knowing that heaven has not forgotten you. Sleep knowing that God remains beside you through every hour of darkness, through every dream, through every breath, until morning light gently returns. Rest now. You are safe. You are loved. You are not alone tonight, and God will stay beside you until morning comes. Amen.